Right, Soccer World Fan TV here. It's a little bit late at night, obviously, but of course, my man Dhruv here, his debut as well. Really wanted to talk about Arsenal in this game and everything. Of course, he has work and whatnot, but he really wanted to hone his opinion about how Arsenal is doing right now and the position it is. But before we start with all that, let me just ask you about the game. I just want you to rant about the game and how you saw it, man. So you take it away.
Well, firstly, I'm going to start with Mahrez's goal, actually. That's the most stupid goalkeeping decision I've ever seen in my life. Like, how would you expect a free kick coming straight to you? Why would you place your hands like this and save it? On top of that, like, Martinelli was brilliant. Like, he came back from injury and man gave his 100%. He played nice balls in. But as usual, the same problem that Arsenal always has. Crosses go in, but nobody is there to finish it. Nobody is there to finish it. He wants or he thinks Lacazette can finish it, but man's 5'6". He's not an aerial threat or he's not got aerial ability. So I'm not really sure how he expected that to work out, but it is what it is.
hmm But do you feel a little bit unfortunate that, first of all, I think the second goal obviously it was a gift from Nancy, but the third goal, it was offside actually, and I think if VAR was there, it would have canceled it as well. But do you think that had a massive impact on the game as a whole?
Oh yeah, like if you see after the third goal, they pretty much gave up on playing, and it's yeah, that did have a huge impact on the players itself. Like at least with the second goal, they knew that they just needed to score or equalize one more, and they could do it. But once they scored the third goal, I pretty much saw that majority of the players just gave up and they just started running around on the pitch and do what they usually do, but with no intensity.
hmm And of course, after the game, we did have a lot of opinions and everything. We actually had quite a discussion. If you go on the streams, by the way, if you guys are interested in the streams, we do have the Discord channel link in the description. But we did have a discussion about if Arteta should stay and if Arteta should go. And it was a compelling thing between both Arsenal fans and everything. And I want to ask you though, because you weren't in the stream and everything, do you think it's time for Arteta to go and everything, or do you think he does need time? He does maybe need another transfer window to really get more players and more players that can fit to his philosophy.
Well, I think he needs this one more transfer season. His philosophy worked well when he first came in. Everyone was excited about this new project that he pitched, and everyone seems to be going with it. It's just the players that he targeted. Like if you look at the summer transfer window, his main target was Husam Awar, and Edu, our director, picked Party over Husam Awar. That's why we couldn't complete the signing. But yeah, the system he's trying to implement, obviously, sometimes I think he might even need to change that system just a tad bit because it does seem like majority of the teams know how to block it. And other than that, I think he's a good coach. If he can just resolve all the internal issues within the club, especially in the dressing room with between players and like with the whole OZIL situation and everything, I believe he should be able to take command and he should be able to go forward. Like I think if he's able to sign the players that he needs and get control of his dressing room back, he should be able to do it.
hmm I do want to also add this as well because it's a very interesting discussion. A lot of people, after seeing the results and everything, a lot of people are referring back to Arsene Wenger and how impressive his stint was to try to steer the ship as everything, apart from his last couple of seasons and everything. And some people are actually regretting the decision of actually sacking him and everything. But do you think, in hindsight, that it was still the right decision, regardless of what's happening now, or do you think that he still should have been staying in to keep the ship afloat?
Well, Wenger always when we got Stan Kroenke as the owner, Wenger lost control because he had a huge say in the players he bought. That's why you see at the start of his stint and all the way towards the end, there's a big difference because he had a say in who to sign, who not to sign. That's why I believe at the end, towards the end, he couldn't have any say in it. That's why he decided to walk out. I think it's a big mistake still because he still knew no matter how bad of a team it was, no matter the quality of players he had available, he still managed to work around it. still get us to the Champions League place, or even at least I believe the last 3 seasons we did go to Europa, but he still managed to keep us in the top 10.
Mm-hmm. Um, and we have seen a lot of like, of course, Arsenal Fan TV has a huge say of getting Arsene Wenger out and everything. But do you think it's now time to put that same energy towards getting maybe the board and everything and try to challenge the board on these things? Because at the end of the night, based on Arsenal's form and everything, it is relegation form. They don't turn around right away. Is it about taking precautionary action? It's really in a tough situation. And do you think now it's maybe like time for like big influencers of Arsenal, like in terms of fans and everything, that really need to step up their game in terms of demanding stuff from the board?
Yeah, no, definitely. This is high time now because we're already midway through the season, or at least like it's Christmas already, and we're literally battling with the bottom three to make sure that we stay in the Premier League. This is not a good sign for a club that were once invincible. So it is time that they need to step up. People need to start voicing their concerns so that Kroenke can actually listen. I mean, he's barely attended any games. He's barely even showed up for any press conferences. It's usually Edu and the other directors who show up. And it's high time that they need to change things around, or at least go back to the system where the manager has a bit of say in the players he can sign and the players he needs to let go.
Mm-hmm. And one final thing I have to say though, because the transfer window is coming up soon and everything. What does Arteta need to do now at the moment in time to try and grind out results and everything, even though maybe it's not particularly the results you want, but to try and get maybe a little bit from this team that's very disjointed in terms of morale, very low?
Well, firstly, I think he needs to bring Ozil back into the squad because January is when the squad registration reopens. He needs to reintegrate him back to the squad because if you look at the games that we've been playing recently, their tactic is get the ball, defenders have the ball, pass it out, pass it to the middle, middle to the side, cross it in. So if he wants to use the same tactic, then definitely he needs to sign a striker who's got aerial ability rather than sticking to Aubameyang or Lacazette. And this is one game where he moved Aubameyang to the left and moved Saka to the right and Nketiah up front. That was the first time I've seen Aubameyang play well since the start of the season. So Aubameyang needs to be shifted back to the left. Right wing is where we have a problem where Pepe usually shows up in the Europa League, but for Premier League, he can't do it. And Williams too old. Like I still think I don't even know why we signed him in the first place or why we even gave him a contract. So to stick up with Aubameyang on the left, Saka on the right, because Saka can do it. He still played well on the right regardless, and get a proper centre forward who is ready to cross to head those balls in if they're crossed in, and also reintegrate Ozil because this system that they're using of crossing the balls can only work against certain teams. It will never always work. So you need some creativity in the midfield, and the answer is literally there in the squad, just that they don't have him as part of the team. So he needs to be brought back, and then Aubameyang needs to be moved to the left again. And maybe in terms, I don't really think we need to sign any player that would change anything at the moment, but it's more of bringing back the big names that we already have in the squad because Ozil does, at the end of the day, have a big influence in the team and in the dressing room.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks so much once again for your opinions of the game and everything, and thank you for making your debut as well in Soccer World Fan TV. Hopefully, we do see you in the Chelsea game as well to give your opinions, and hopefully, maybe it is a different result. Maybe, hopefully, Arteta actually watches this and hey, maybe he might change maybe the players as well. Hey, you never know, right? But probably not.
Hopefully,
but hey,
we have a good start to 2021, or otherwise, we'll see Arsenal in the championship next season.
you're gonna get your Heineken ready, man. just.
Yeah, no. It's a work day tomorrow. We don't do that here.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. But mate, if you guys like his opinion and everything, please give a like on the video and also share his video. And as well, please follow if he is gonna share some links in his socials and everything, so you can follow him and see maybe if he posts some opinions and when I don't know. But he's probably busy because he has a lot of work to be quite honest with you. But yeah, and of course if you like what we're doing, please subscribe to the Soccer World channel as always for the best opinions of the biggest of games. And as always for all of y'all take care and peace.
Better join us tomorrow for the Everton game.